And we also have Mr. Joshua Ajiman with IoT Network Hub. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it out to them as they take us on stage. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, so we would plead that you give us your audience during this next 30 minutes as these distinguished gentlemen share some tips that are going to elevate our career, going to inspire us, and also help us to innovate as future engineers. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for making time to join us this afternoon. All right. So we first of all want you to introduce yourself and tell us what you do at your various organizations. Thank you.
Oh. Okay. Hello.
Hi.
Okay. My name I'm Dr. Kwejo Dompre from the Physics Department. Yes, I'm a senior lecturer at the department, and I'm in charge mostly of the engineering physics, where I lecture computer programming, modeling simulations, digital electronics, data acquisition. You are nodding your head there. Analog electronics and those stuff. Actually, when you talk of physics, the engineering side, I'm much more prominent there. Okay, thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Jonathan Kennedy Soa, the founder and CEO of Innovative STEM Center. You heard what Dr. Dompe said, the things he teaches here. We make the things he's teaching in a university easy for students as young as 4 years old. So we have 4-year-old students modeling stuff, doing electronics, IoT. So that is what we do at Innovative STEM Center. We also provide scholarship for young inventors. Okay, we have the resources, the mentorship, like the support, everything you need to bring your ideas to life. That is what we do at Innovative STEM Center. Thank you.
The birthday boy.
Yeah.
So my name is Joshua Ajiman. I'm the president and co-founder for IoT Network Hub, an organization on a mission to impact 1 billion young Africans by 2050. I'm also the president for the Ghana STEM Network, an organization that goal is to ensure that every young Ghanaian has access to practical education. I'm also the chief evangelist officer for STEM Aid, an organization which goal is to ensure that every student can have access to the practical tools for learning. I'm also the CEO and co-founder for Personet, a company I started at the age of 19. Okay, I'll end it. All right.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We first of all want to take the first part of our theme, that is elevating young engineers. We want to find out from you, how are these young engineers or future engineers going to reach their potentials? What kind of skills do you think are needed in this 21st century for young ones?
You know, there's this. Ghana, we are not building rockets, we are not building planes, we are not building most of these new technologies, so we can't challenge them. So I think that's why this program is important.
The way forward is that there should be a way to change this secondary education to involve the TVET dimension of, so that the STEM is not just going to be science secretaries, right? But we're going to be science engineers. We learn how to put things with our hands. Our teachers know how to train us. Our teachers, the secondary school, when you go to the secondary schools, when I was teaching at secondary school, you see the tools are there, the teachers know how to teach them. But the curriculum has been drafted in such a way that the teacher is limited from applying what he knows. You see? And then YF2 is going to test the student based on the curriculum that has been drafted. So if a teacher has a skill of teaching the children how to read, why is not going to teach them, test them on the reading? So the children will not even learn the reading. But here we have brilliant minds who are willing to learn. But if you have a curriculum which is limiting them from learning. So the way forward is that we have to change the curriculum that is being taught at the secondary schools and in the universities. Okay? Look, we come to the university, like the university level 300. This is where students are learning AND gate and OR gate. Digital electron, AND gate, OR gate at the university level 300. AND gate and OR gate, when you go to China, is taught at the SSS and GSS level. Okay? Because they are now thinking of quantum computing. And you at the university level, this is the time you are teaching AND gate, analog electronics. What is this? Okay? And it's so passionate when you see that you have been limited. If you want to change the curriculum, it has to go through so many channels. 5 years, the curriculum is not changed. Okay? So I think the way forward is that even though this is a small summit, we can make a case. We can make a case that the academia industry collaboration shows that we should change our curriculum to suit the modern times. Because how can a Chinese child build a whole drone as early as SSS1? And that Ghanaian child will have to wait when he's doing his masters. That he have to build a drone. Why? And what does a drone comprise of? A drone comprises of a DC motor. 4 DC motors placed at specific, and then you put the power to it. And as you rotate, it lifts the thing out. That's all. So please, you are the future generation. You have to voice out. Me, I'm being paid.
See, what he said.
And then I go. So as we have Nananu here, we have policymakers here. This is what we have found. That our teachers at the secondary school, they are capable of teaching the children the modern courses if we give them a little training. So let's change the curriculum for them to do that. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. Amazing comments and inspiring ones, of course. One thing I love about this is that they are not, sabotaging the government. They are telling you what you can also do. So after today, you go and sit in your room and you complain that the government is not doing anything or the curriculum is not favoring you, then ladies and gentlemen, I cannot engage in that conversation with you because Joshua has taught you how to even discover your purpose at an engineer summit. This is a wow moment. Ladies and gentlemen, let's do our teaser again. Young Engineer Summit 2023. Innovate, inspire. Okay, thank you very much. So we are wrapping up, but I want to find out.
To elevate, innovate, and inspire. It means it's a challenge we have as a nation and continent, which we have to innovate around the problem. And to innovate, you need to elevate the young people and inspire them to innovate. So on the context of the team, I think having programs like this, the way to inspire and elevate people, and when they live here, they become innovators to innovate around the problems we have and come up with cool solutions. Maybe start the space company that will create the jobs for young engineers who are pursuing their career. So I think that's what I want to contribute to this.
All right, thank you. I also believe that you don't have to be in the university before you learn how to do 3D modeling. You don't have to be in the university before you learn how to create circuits, how to do like basic electronics. I believe you need those skills like as young as 4 years old. Okay, so that is what we are doing to empower young engineers. When you come to tertiary, like throughout the country, we've traveled to provide access to like high quality STEM education to students as young as 4 years old. And I can tell you there are students that we've trained that can like go on competitions with university students in terms of 3D modeling, in terms of basic electronics, in terms of circuit building, like all those amazing stuff. So providing the skills at a very young age will help the students build up on it when they get to the university. Okay, so that is what I can approach.
Okay, thank you very much. Me coming from the academia side, what I can share with you is first, what is STEM? Because STEM used to be the key word here. Who can tell me what STEM is? Because if you don't understand what that word STEM is, then what does it do to you as a student? Then, I mean, you're going to go round. Okay, let me help you. Those of us who were educated in the 80s, there was something we used to call art and craft. At the end of every term, you design some art. You use some milk cocoa or other milk thing to design a car. Then you take it to school, and then you will be graded in addition to what you have learned. This art and craft somehow was abolished in our schools. It was abolished in our schools, and no child go to school with any art or craft at the end of the term. After 20 years, something has resurrected or resurfaced in our education sector called STEM. What is STEM? STEM is basically art and crafts. Okay? STEM is basically art and crafts. You see, as we here, the education sector made this policy of abolishing art and craft in our schools, some countries continued. Countries like India, America, they continue with this. And now they have advanced to the state that they have automated their art and craft. And now we are now going back to them, and we are buying what they have automated and bringing it back into our schools as STEM. So you go to most of these schools, and you will see they have some Lego robots walking up and down, and we say it's STEM. How did they get there? So we have this concept which brings us to something we call skipped gradients. Skipped gradients is the child is being given something to learn which he doesn't know how the thing was started. So believe me, if we as people don't go back to the basics of art and craft, let the child design the art, show him how to put the coding in there to control the DC motors, how you call it, the ultrasonic sensors, how to control these things themselves, and rather we import the code and then give it to them as art and craft STEM. Believe me, we are not going anywhere. We are not going anywhere as a country. We are going to spend millions of dollars importing what they have done to give to our kids, and we are still going to remain where we are. So it brings in to the point that what is engineering? Because here we are here saying Young Engineer Summit. What is engineering? And when even the word summit, what is summit? It seems Ghana education is having a problem. We don't really zero down on the words we are using for our students, for them to understand it, to come out of something with it. We are using high level words on them, and the children are also just going by it. Oh, I'm an engineer, I'm an innovator, I have a Lego robot. What is it? Now, after teaching for some time in university, this is what I've realized. That we don't, teach the basics. All that the child does is, I have this microcontroller there, I give it to him. You go to GitHub, you go to ChatGPT, whatever it is, and then he downloads the code onto the system, and then the system is working and is happy. But that's not how we grow a country. That's not how we grow engineering in a country. You young guys here should all make it a point to learn and understand the ways that we are teaching you. Learn to program yourself, learn to experiment it, learn to troubleshoot it yourself, learn to implement it, and that's the way out. Other than that, believe me, what that we are doing is just going to be that skipped gradient, which we have skipped for 20 years, and that's what we are going to do. Like the first speaker, when he said, there was a key thing that he said. He said the AI does not include Africans. Though we are using it, but it doesn't include us because we Africans are not programmers, we are not innovators, we are just importing and using it. And I am so glad Joshua has started this thing, that he's targeting the youth, letting them know. He could have bought the technology from UK and given it to you, but he said, look, let's have a meeting, let's gather, let's have a summit. Summit is gathering of engineers, gathering of professionals. Let's talk. Let's see where the gap is. Let's bridge it. All right. And with this, believe me that as we have started, you young ones who will be our future leaders, you are really going to make us proud in 20 years to compete with Elon Musk. You see, this young boy who came there up here. Where is he? Where's my small boy?
Wow.
Yeah, this boy is a genius. You give him any work, he does it. He doesn't copy the code. You see, sit down, boys. He doesn't copy the code. But most of us here who are in the universities, we copy the code from GitHub and implement it. If we don't stop it, it's going to have effect on us. We are going to be just, how we call it? There's a word. Consumers of the electronics that they do for us. So this is my opening statement. Thank you.
Wow.
That was a powerful opening statement from Dr. Domfred. So I think I would just want to come back to Dr. Domfred about this. So what's the way forward for us in academia? How is GES or the academia going to bridge this gap that we've need to find education system? Thank you.
You know, in education, there are certain points that each of us have to know. Do you know, we all learn, right? We all learn, but do you know how to learn? Has anybody taught you how to learn and unlearn? I want to know, you ask, we are interacting. Has anybody taught you how to learn? You know, when I was in the secondary school, if you are going to have an exam, I take a book and I say, by the end of the day, I should finish here. Right? Then you rush through the whole thing, then when the exam comes, you score 0. You've learned by score 0. Means you didn't learn anything. So the way forward is that with this robotics and engineering thing, absence of mass. You are teaching the child a robot. You are teaching the child microcontrollers. There's no microcontroller for the child to see, right? So the child just imagine the thing and forget it. So we have to have the mass itself. If I say it is a DC motor you are talking about, give it to the child. This is a DC motor. This is how it is controlled. It will stick in his mouth forever. The second one is what we call skip gradient. You see, these SSS students who are here, we are telling them about AI, machine learning, whatever. You really understand it? What that thing is? There's a huge skip gradient, right? Which we are giving to them. But if we have got an AI here, machine here, we program it. This is the code. This is what goes into it. The child will get it. So we have this skip gradient going on around, and we are not able to get it. Then we have another one. The most important thing is misunderstood words. Misunderstood words. I'm going to give you one. So today we're going to learn about quantum computing and going to use the KRS optimizing stochastic gradient plot.
Prophet.
Yes. You all nod your head. Yeah, KRS whatever optimizing stochastic gradient plot. Yes, sir, we understand. Then the teacher moves on. At the end of the term, you don't remember anything. And this has been aggravated by this semester system. The child chewed everything, he had an A, the next semester forgot everything. And when he finished school, you want this child to have a skill to be employed. You go for interview, he fails. Right? So the way forward is that teachers must spend time to teach the children how to learn. If they know how to learn, the child himself will sit up and learn and develop things. I think they want to be developers, that's why they are here. Right, thank you.
Okay, so I think we can start this, right? What's the way forward for those in the industry? How best can you help young engineers like ourselves here?
I didn't hear the question.
Okay, thank you very much. So I was asking how the industry can also help young engineers like yourselves here to be able to bridge the gap between academia and industry, or the knowledge you've learned over the years on campus, and how to bring them into life, how to bring them out as better projects for humanity.
Okay, thank you. So as I said earlier, we from Innotech STEM Center we have like a fully resourced lab for anyone who wants to like bring their ideas to life. Okay, so maybe you want to 3D print something, you don't know how to do it. We'll teach you how to do it, and you do it yourself. We'll teach you the basics, the materials you need, based on the project that you are going to work on. If it's going to be a flexible product, we'll teach you the kind of filament to use. If it's going to be a hard product, we'll teach you the kind of filament to use. You know, so we teach you the basics of it. We just don't teach you, oh, do this and do this and that's all. We teach you the basics. That is why we teach students as like young as 4 years old to like 3D print. I hope you get it. Yes. So I believe that as students, you know, when you want to connect academia to industry, you need to like give yourself the opportunity. Like you already have the opportunity, it's already out there for you. But then are you taking it? There are a number of like companies around looking for ready students to train, to empower, like to inspire, to elevate. You get it? But then you are not showing up. You are not showing up because you believe that, oh, when I go there. I'm speaking from experience because recently I got an application from a student who has just graduated. And then like the person wanted to come and work with us. So I saw the degree and then I was like, wow, you did this and then you are done like first class. So like, can you do this? It was like, to be honest, I don't have any idea of what I went to learn in this school. I'm just like, I'm here to now learn it like really, really well. You get it? So going to spend 4 years in school to learn things that you can learn, even while like you are having your free time. Isn't it something that you think you should do if this is what you really want to do? You want to be an engineer. Let's say you want to be a mechanical engineer. There are certain things you need to master. Okay, you need to learn how to 3D model. You need to learn how to like draw. Okay, you need technical drawing and all those things. There are things that you need to do. You don't need to like be in the university before you learn those things. So like getting the foundations right and then connecting with people who are really willing to help you. It's a way to go. There are opportunities everywhere. Like Mr. Joshua said, if you complete and you need a job in the engineering field, you link up to me. For me, not only the job, if you need the skills, okay, if you need to learn 3D print, if you want to learn laser engraving, like all those amazing technologies, just reach out. Okay, we are here for you. Thank you.
So a lot has been said. I want to put it into different categories of the way forward. So first we need government, private sector, development partners, civil society, and every individual. I'm going to start on one at a time. The role everybody has to play to ensure that we can have the way forward. Now I'll start from government. With government, we need good policies. So if we have a STEM education policy, they will ensure that all educational system, academia, as Doctor was complaining about, we can have the fundamental goal from crèche. So by the time you get to university studying physics, you know LED and anything you have to know as a fundamental. You don't come to university to learn the basics. So yes, we start from policy. Two, we also need infrastructure. If we are going to do this, that means we need to upgrade our labs from these science labs to whatever standard we need to set to ensure that we have all the tools. Again, we can't start abstract thinking or teaching from crèche. So you get to university or senior high before you see LED, right? So it has to be practical from the ground to the top. And it's very expensive. How we can start? I know there's a lot of things going on with the 4 senior high school we have, focusing all on STEM at the moment, and the development of coding in our curriculum. I know some ICT, some senior schools have elective ICT, where they are studying coding and all that. These are some of the processes I think we need to accelerate. From the side of, okay, I've also had opportunity to be in a stakeholder engagement for Ministry of Communication on the digital agenda policy. So we have shared our input with the Ministry of Environment, Science and Technology. They have a policy for science, technology, innovation for the entire nation, probably for the next 5-10 years to come. We had opportunity to be with them as well. So we also getting to see that gradually government is seeing the need for change. As to whether it's going to be now, I can't say. As to whether it's going to work, I can't say. But one thing government always do is they put down policies. The rest is up to private sector. So I'll come next to private sector. Now private sector or individuals who want to start businesses are the ones who have to understand the policies that have been made, the opportunities that we have, and go ahead and start businesses around them. So for example, we have the like of some schools starting TVETs, like the Training Institute and all that. These are all private sectors who saw the policy, the direction government is going, and they started creating their own companies or institutions to train people in the skills. Today, TVET is very hot, because now that's where the opportunities are. Right? So again, from there you can come to the development partners. For a private sector to start, it needs money. Money at times government don't have. So development partners like GIZ, World Bank, MasterCard come in to give them grants. So it means if you want to start your own training programs and you push harder, you can get support to also address the same issue we are addressing as a way forward. Now the last but one will be civil society, like the organization organize this program. It means we need to have a lot of NGOs and civil society who sees the problem and not wait for government to fix it or private sector to fix it for money, but for the sake of impact, they'll go a long way to also address some of the challenges. And that's what my colleague here is doing with his company. That's what I'm also doing with IoT and the Ghana State Network to ensure that we can also speed up the processes. Government will do, but not today. The plans are there. Now we need to take the plans and then we start. Now individuals, on the individuals, well, I need to figure out your passion. I'll start with passion because if you don't know what you're passionate about, how do you even start in the first place? You end up having stories like, I went to university, I didn't even know why I was there. Maybe my parents want me there, so I have 4 years of my life for a certificate for my parents, right? So we need to ensure that every single person contributing to the way forward have figured out their passion, what they want to do with their life. And to find your passion is basically simple. You ask yourself 2 questions. What do you love doing the most? Then list as many as you can. And what am I good at? So the intersection of these 2 will be your passion. If you love writing, you're good at writing, that means you're passionate about writing. If you love building stuff, you're good at building stuff, that means you love building stuff. So you look at career that is in line with the stuff you're passionate about. Then we start from there. So I think these are the angles we have to look at. Everybody has a role to play. It's not just government, it's not just companies. We all have a role to play. So collectively, if we can come together, have conversations, understand what is there and where to start from, then I think, as I said, 20 years to come, we can be getting there. If not, we'll still miss another 20 years of everything being imported. And this is what's going to happen if we don't. We'll be here, companies will be importing driverless car. All drivers will lose their job. Because nobody here is developing one. And even when they break down, we can't fix them. We fly somebody from abroad to come and fix our car for us. And they'll use taxpayers' money to pay them our money. So these are the challenges on the ground that if we don't start now and start working around it, a time will come just like chocolate and cocoa situation. We produce the cocoa, nobody eats chocolate. Even my birthday, I'm not eating chocolate because it's too expensive. But we don't eat Milo for breakfast. The time will come, our information data, which is going to be the next commodity, we can't even afford them because everything will be taken away, processed, and we can't pay for it. So that's the way forward. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can do it better. This is not your part.
Just to add up, right? I don't know which country we are in. Believe me, like what he just ended on, I don't know which country we are in. We are a country blessed with so many resources. Look, we have the basic ones that we know. We have gold. This gold, take it raw, sell it to the white man. We have timber. This timber, we take it raw and sell it to the white man. We have bauxite. This bauxite, we take it raw and sell it to the white man. Recently, we have discovered lithium. Lithium, to believe me, we are going to take it raw and send it to the white man. You know what lithium does? All the phones that you have, the batteries are made up of lithium. Lithium is the modern gold. It seems somehow, somewhere, we signed an agreement with the white man that whatever he has done, he will not touch it. That's how I see it. Because look, our first president, who is Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, Nkrumah built factories throughout the whole country. Everywhere that you go, every region, you see a factory built by Nkrumah. Then what did he do? Nkrumah went further to give free secondary education to the north. So when Nkrumah, even though he has these factories there, he has no skilled labor to mind these factories. Because in the secondary schools, we don't teach you how to use screwdriver. We don't teach you anything. We are being trained like secretaries. So we are like science secretaries. What is the focus of the secondary education? Are we being trained to just go and be clerk or what? Because it's a technical education that they use hammer and carpenters and those things, which we should have given them free. Okay, for us to get those skilled labor to mine our factories. But we gave free education to secondary schools. 60 years down the line, the then president comes in, the MPP president comes in. He too has gone to all the regions, one district, one factory, one district, one factory. And what did he also do? Gave free education to secondary schools. What did he do? He gave free education to secondary schools. Secondary schools, what do we do? We just sit down, we teach you theoretical, and then you go. So you will end up not having even the workforce to mind these factories when the government is not there. And so in next time, all these factories are going to collapse. And we all finish schools here, we will not have jobs to do. But here is the case, the government has sunk so much millions into these factories. Basically, there is something wrong with us. Because I don't seem to understand it. Look, the university, how many students we have here? Who in this university knows how to even do a hammer or something? But we are calling ourselves engineers. What are we engineers of? What are we engineering? What are we engineering?
Like ourselves here, do things, and what's the way forward? How can we be able to overcome these challenges and reach the peak of innovation as our theme for today's things? So I will start with Mr. Ajuman.
Well, I will make it personal. When I started my journey, as I said, I don't have a degree yet. So you can imagine the frustration, the pressure from parents, society, and friends. So back in senior high school, when I was passionate about computers, I also did electrical illegal connection at school. And I was nearly expelled because there was a problem. I need power to iron my dress. And then the dining hall was full. So I went to the dormitory, opened the wire, connected the extension board, and we iron our dress for entertainment. That was innovation. I was very young at the time. I just felt like it's a problem I have to solve. But school authority felt that this guy is a bad guy, he wants to bend the school. Right? So they have to demobilize me. But because I was very young, they had some sympathy with me. So I was able to stay in the school. So that's one of the challenges. When we have authorities who don't understand the passion we carry, the love for the things we do, they might think you're wasting your time. And everybody can relate. Go and read books and pass exams. If your results come and it's not AAA or 111, and then you are failing and you are playing with your toys, you can imagine what parents will do to you. So these are some of the challenges every single person faces. Now when you cross the parent sector, now you come to society. Now you see everybody want to work at the office, drive a nice car, and you want to fix their problem. And they see you as you are dumb. That's why you can't be part of the social norm. It's also very, very, very sad. It's very stigmatizing because you see your colleagues all wearing dress, going to offices, and you want to be a passionate engineer, but you look at your colleagues engineers, the way they work, where they work, you don't feel inspired to pursue that career. So you will sacrifice that, go get a work at the bank, become a teller, you see money. Right? So these are some of the realities on the ground. For me, I knew where I was going, if I should say that. I had a vision earlier, so I know what I want. So regardless of what parents will say or do, I did not care. Regardless of what the educational system will tell me, because I couldn't get maybe single number in the senior school, I can't do any engineering program in university. So take your engineering programs, I'll still become an engineer. Right? So you need to find what drives you to overcome all the challenges, because they're always going to be there. Me not becoming engineer through academy or studying engineering doesn't mean I couldn't become the same person I wanted to be. I have built software that banks are using today with the companies I work with. Our technology we developed, the hardware was developed in Ghana, and we didn't learn this from any university. In fact, there's no university in Ghana that could teach you AI, robotics. Just recently we have them at Ashashi University and Academy City, just recently. So if you look at where the world is changing and how fast it's changing, you can't wait for the system to tell you what to learn or to teach you what you need. You need to figure out what you need. So the basic thing I can say is that the challenges will never stop. It could also be a blessing in disguise. The fact that there are challenges means that you don't have to go that way. Face the challenge, grow through the challenge, turn them into opportunities, and you can invent yourself. So that's what I believe. The best way to predict the future is to invent it. And the best way to predict your future is to invent your own future, not wait for any system.
Okay, so one of the major challenges that I personally faced was access to resources and mentorship. I had to drop out of primary school, like at class 6, to work at an internet cafe in order to use computers. Okay, in order to have access to the computer. And I worked there for a year, saved money, and then after like getting fed up with computers, I went to a boarding school. That was like a junior high school. So access to resources is like a really big challenge for young engineers. That is why I said earlier that Innotech STEM Center has the resources now. By the grace of God, we have partners who are supporting us, getting us resources. So with these resources, what are we going to do with it? We are going to give it to young innovators, young engineers like us, like you. We are building Adam, your brother Adam, is building an amazing project. This project can be 3D printed, okay? But Adam doesn't know how to do 3D printing. So what do we do at Innotech? We teach Adam how to model this project. So he doesn't have to cut the boxes anymore. He will model it, draw it on a computer, extrude everything, and then print it out. Do you get it? So these are the things we are providing. Because we didn't get access to it when we were young. Like you mentioned earlier, you mentioned you were a destroyer, right?
Yeah.
How many destroyers are here? like those people that destroy radios and stuff. You know, these are very good things to do while you are young. And when you are young and you are doing such things, society sometimes brings you down. But when you come to our center, we encourage breaking things. We encourage students to break things. We bring things out, destroy it, like reverse engineer it. Okay, let's see what is in this projector. Let's see what is in this side. Commit to it, and then you will see yourself, like, give yourself the next 6 months to 1 year. If you are learning 3D modeling and printing, you'll be very good at it if you are committed to it. Do you get it? If you want to learn AI and you dedicate 1 year of your time, let's say the first year of you being in university into AI, I'm telling you, you are going to be very good at it. Just 1 year, even like 6 months, you will be very good at it. So access to resources is like one of the biggest challenges I face, and the biggest things I think, like when students have it, they'll be able to explore, like give them the opportunity to explore, to destroy things, to create things, to fix things. That is the way to go. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so since we all have to see what we can offer. Let me also take this opportunity to tell you what the physics department can offer to you young engineers. You see, I'm wearing this arm engaged t-shirt. We have this machine learning lab and the IoT lab in the physics department. We also have the embedded lab where we train students how to write programs and to these hardwares and those things, control them. But all the electronic gadgets that you have around, what is the most basic principle they are all operating on? What is the most basic function? There is something we call, as you are young engineers, you like to develop products. There is something we call finite state machine. There's something we call finite state machine. All the electronic gadgets that you have here, they are all finite state machines. And how does it work? The state in which you are now is you are seated. You will remain seated until the time is up for you to leave, right? So one of them is when you reach a traffic light and the state is red, you stop. When it moves to green, when it means that you should go, then you go. The same principle is what is used in ATMs. ATM, when you reach the ATM, and then you hit, gives you the next state, you do, the next state you do, the next state you do. The same principle is what you have in your phones. Your phone will remain there until there's a call, right? And you talk until the person is tired and you go. So all the principles that underlines all the electronic gadgets that we have in this world is called a finite state machine. And you all can go and research into finite state systems, and it is the basic way for you to develop any product you want to do. Anything that I want to do, finite state. Anything that I want to do, finite state. Now, how have you also used it? Okay, so Doc, you know what a finite state is, so how have you also used it? Okay, then I say, okay, I'm here to teach you. I'm here to implement. The government doesn't pay me to implement. So you have to come to the physics department, and then I will show you how it is done. If you see the traffic light on campus, we did it. The physics department, we did it. I'm the engineer, we did it. And we have now changed the system. Yesterday, if you were at the Academia Industrial Fair, you will see a modern system that we have deployed. Today I saw a guy with a drone. There's a big project which will involve the drone. I would like to talk to him. You see, every year there are grants that comes out. West Africa, if West Africa grants that comes out. Today you did, Joshua showed you SDGs. SDGs, tell us what you can look through and tell us. SDG calls on SDGs every year. Not less than $500,000 comes out every year. SDGs, climate resilience projects for West Africa, because we are the most affected. This calls come and then you don't even have people to write it. So the SDG that he asked you, I was expecting some of you. Let me just add a little. I'm a teacher. So if you want a mentor in the teaching field, you come in there, whatever is in there, we discuss it. The physics department, the computer science department, we have Dr. Regina Texan here with us. Doc, she is an expert in AI. Yeah, and she came here quietly, sitting there looking at it. Yeah, so when you come for mentorship, we are open. Every Saturday we have this student engagement where we train you how to write programs, how to build it onto the microcontrollers and those things at the physics lab. For that one, you don't need to be a student that uses you to take part. All that you need to be is every Saturday you are there. We are also starting this community engagement, which we go around the communities to see if there are some of them who are interested in our works. And also, the ecosystem, we need to grow the ecosystem, okay? Yeah. So computer science, you guys have to come and collaborate with physics, or we will come and collaborate with physics. Because if Jonah will not go to the mountain will go to Jonah. They are both the same thing. Okay, so that's what I have for you. We in academia, we are always open. It is you who don't come. And when you write quiz and you fail, we say UCC grade is too high. So please come, we are open. We will take our time to teach you. We want to collaborate with the industry. Now that I know them, I'll be using them a lot. Yes. Using them. I didn't know, I never knew this man, but and this man too. We are fresh guys. Anyway, thank you very much. That's what I can say.
Thank you very much, Dr. Opera. So there's an important point that you made here. He has even connected with people. He that is a professional is making the money as connected. What's more of you? And that is in your pocket. Make sure you connect with someone before you leave.
Okay, so at Innotech STEM Center, we are looking out for young innovators, like young inventors, students that have crazy ideas. We have the experts on board to bring your product to the market, and then we have the resources to bring your idea into a tangible product. Okay, so if you have an idea and you need to build, and you need like certain skills to build it, we'll train you on that. Now, when the product is ready and you want to take it to the market, we have the experts, the business development experts, to guide you through the process. So you won't be there and then a company wants to acquire your company and then you wouldn't know what to do. I had a similar experience that I nearly sold my company for like another company that doesn't have the same vision that I have. But then someone came through for me, someone who is very knowledgeable about this business stuff. So if you are there and then you don't have this kind of knowledge and there are experts there to help you, readily available 24/7 to be there for you, isn't it amazing? You have your product and then there is an expert there to show you the way. We always say that the older people are not showing us the way, right? So we have to find the way ourselves. But now the older people have seen that if they don't have impact on the younger generation, their legacy just goes away when they die. So they are willing to help. So if you have any idea, and maybe you have an idea, you know how to do a little bit of something about it, and you need guidance, you need support, we are here for you, okay? So thank you very much. And then we have like scholarship. Like I said, scholarship for young inventors. Our center is in Accra, Teshi. So if you believe yourself, and you know you can do crazy stuff, we are on the lookout for you. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We got this opportunity anywhere apart from Young Engineers Summit to make it a point to come next year and tell your friends about this. questions. Let's take our last submission from Mr. Ajuman.
I think so far we have a very interesting conversation, very insightful as well. At IoT Network Hub, our platform is free, so everybody can join. We're on Telegram, IoT Network. You can also visit our website. There's a link there to join the group. It's free. Every programs, activities that comes up across the country, we share them there. Opportunities, internship, jobs, we share them there. Our monthly programs are free. So wherever you find yourself, we share them there and you can join them. That's one. 2, with STEM, we are providing employment. So if you want to be an ambassador to spread the gospel to schools, introduce them to STEM training, we have the STEM kits. If you want to be an engineer and you have no idea about coding or electronics, this is your beginner to make sure you get one. We offer commission for those who want to be resellers. For each kit installed, you get 50 cedis. All what you have to do is talk about it, get somebody who is passionate about engineering to buy one, and you get 50 cedis. Just like that. We also do training programs. We need trainers. So wherever you find yourself in the region, if you are passionate about this, you have coding skills, electronic skills, you want to impart your former private school or any schools around, we can work with you to ensure that the school pays you very well. You might not even work full time and still make more than your dad or mom. Okay. So these are some of the opportunities that we have. Now, finally, what I want to say is that we need to rethink our future as young engineers and young people. One, the kind of jobs our parents are doing is not our job. The kind of future we see today is not for ours. So we can't want to be like our parents. It's not possible. Because our generation, a lot of things are going to change. It means that we need to be lifelong learning every day. Education ends after you graduate from university, not when you come here. So the moment you live here, you start learning. So we always have to be learning. 2, the kind of jobs we'll also be doing are not always going to be full-time work from 8 to 5. That isn't for us. We already call it gig economy. Where we gig economy, your skill will be your value. So it means you can work in Ghana for 5 hours, 4 hours for companies across the globe and still get paid very well. So we need to shift our mindset when it comes to work and skills differently from our parents. I think these are things that I want to contribute. You can connect with us on social media, IoT Network Hub. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Joshua. I think Joshua Bruce also add something to this conversation.
I just wanted to briefly say, the Young Engineers Summit, at the heart of it, is what we're trying to do, break down the barriers to opportunities. So if you come here today and you leave the same, then you wasted your time. We've had there's so many individuals in the room who are able to really develop you and allow you to reach that next phase of your career and your path and your journey. Don't let it be the case where you come to university and then you study, you get the degree, you take a photo, and then what happens next? Like, what's the point? You wasted your time and you wasted your money as well. So when you're studying and you're really actually, what you're doing, don't look at it as, oh, I'm writing for an exam. Look at it as what I'm doing, I'm actually going to apply it to make meaningful action to contribute to society. They've released so many opportunities just from here. And I'm going back to like Manchester like in a few weeks time, and I wish I could be part of all of these amazing opportunities. So it's like really don't let this Young Engineers Summit come and pass you by. There's so many individuals, and even aside from our guest speakers who have been brilliant, give them a clap. There's great people around. We have like Tech for Everyone CEO who'll be giving like a talk. Eric, who can be giving a talk about LinkedIn and networking, and look at their amazing team. But the main thing I wanted you to tell you is don't leave here the same way that you came. You need to take use of these opportunities. I would say you don't know what you don't know. And this is where my real passion comes in from this. When you don't have these access to these opportunities, you stay in the same place where you're at. But now we're breaking away that I don't know. Now you know. So take action from it and actually change your future. Don't just be inspired. Tomorrow shouldn't just be, okay, I attended the event, nothing happens. Actually take action of what you're doing. But yeah, that's it for me.
Thank you very much, Mr. Joshua Bruce. Now, so I want to find out from our panelists, how do we connect with you on social media, or what's the best or appropriate way to get
054 888 You can follow us on social media, but if you want to get in touch, I'm active on WhatsApp. Thank you.
And just don't send a hi, at least introduce yourself so that you don't spam this inbox. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm Jonathan Kennedy Soa on all social media platforms. You can easily connect to me via WhatsApp. The number is, like when you search for Innotech Foundation on Google, you will see the number there. It's directly my line, so you can easily reach out. Innotech Foundation. The number is there. But you want it right now.
Let them search.
024
People don't want to.
024 830 5692. 024 830 5692. Thank you.
Allah Prophet.
I don't know. You want my number?
How best you think we can actually get connected to you?
James, what's your number? Give them your number so that because we are an institution, right? So you cannot contact me personally. You have to go to the institution. You understand? But when you come to the embedded labs, we will have time for you. Okay,